Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for our final Select Insights for 2025. Today, I'll be joined by 91, one of our key investment partners in the Select Fund of Funds range. We hold 91 in 4 of our 6 fund of funds, and we're going to end of 2025 looking back at the year and then also looking ahead at opportunities of 2026. So the agenda for today is me doing a brief overview and review of the Select Fund of Fund range. I'm then going to hand over to Dwayne Cable, who is a portfolio manager at 91 in the quality team, and he's going to take us through their views and their positioning within the 91 Opportunity Fund and the 91 Global Franchise Feeder Fund, 2 funds that we hold in Select Balanced and Select Global Equity, respectively. I will then come back on screen and I'll end off to just share some applied insights that we've recently done, looking at trying to quantify and analyze the real power of compounding. So I thought let's kick off today by looking back at 2025, which has really been a remarkable year for our partnership. We started the year off with a really fun unboxing of the Select Fund of Fund range at the Wealth Roadshow. Nick did such a good job using our U-Cook analogy, and that created some really fun and cool hype around the Select Fund of Fund range at the start of the year. Since then, we've reached multiple milestones from an asset size perspective and a net flows perspective. We went over the 1.5 billion rand of net flows for the year in September. The fund range from a total fund size perspective, so all 6 Select Fund of Funds combined, is fast approaching 15 billion rand, which is remarkable growth if you think back to the fact that we were only close to 6 billion rand in 2021. And then even some of the individual funds have reached critical mass. We've got Select Defensive now at 5 billion rand, and both the Balanced and the Growth Fund of Funds above the 3 billion rand mark. So really been a phenomenal year. Then most importantly, the funds have continued to deliver on its performance objectives for clients. Really good performance coming through from all 6 fund of funds. Together with your insights and you sharing your questions with us, we were able to put out quite a few thought leadership articles and podcasts that hopefully helped you have those important conversations with your clients. And then the other thing that I quite enjoyed from this year is bringing out our first ever QR code bookmark, which is really going to help us control which version of the Select brochure clients look at, and also, of course, save paper in the process. So that was quite a fun new addition that our marketing team helped us with. Let's look at the numbers. The performance I show you on the screen now is as at the end of October 2025, and we've highlighted the recommended investment, the minimum periods that you should be invested for each fund in green. So the income fund is a 1-year period, defensive is 3 years, etc. And you'll see that over all of these periods, the funds are ahead of their performance objectives, which is outperforming their respective peer groups. Even over the shorter periods, the year to date, the 1 year, and the longer periods, the funds are also doing well. And this really is, for us, very pleasing to see. You would have heard us talk about it before. We were really challenged as fund managers in 2020 with the outbreak of COVID, and that really tested how well the underlying funds we chose to work together do actually work together. We had a very good year in 2020. We helped protect clients against the volatility, against the downside. And since then, we've been thrown with quite a few more curveballs. We've had Russia invade Ukraine, rising interest rates, rising inflation, more recently falling interest rates again. We've had the rise of AI, Trump's in his second presidency, various market shocks have since come to play, and the Select funds have really continued to deliver well. We really are very happy and very confident in the selection of funds we have put together. Of course, we don't just look at this at a point in time and then say, yes, we've done a good job. We look at this every month end, because what we really want to give you as advisors, and to give so that you can give that to your end client, is a consistency of good performance. And that we show you in the top row of this table on your screen now, where we look at every month end to see, did we tick the box? Did we outperform the peer group over the recommended period or not? And our hit rate is really good at close to 90% on average. And then the other important thing, I think, of the Select Fund of Fund range is the bottom 2 rows of the table, where we show you when we miss the mark, what is the average underperformance, compared to when we outperform, what is the average outperformance. And you'll see that when we outperform, when we miss the mark, it's quite a bit smaller than when than the value we add when we outperform. And this asymmetric profile of protecting against the downside, protecting against the weaker periods, while capturing the upside, really goes a long way in helping you deliver long-term wealth for your clients. And then just before I hand over to Dwayne Cable, the portfolio manager from 91, I thought let me just put up a refresher of our underlying manager partners. So this slide shows you which funds we hold in each of the 6 select fund of funds, so which selection of funds we package for you into one simple solution to use. What we're going to be focusing on for the rest of this session or in the next session is the 91 Opportunity Fund within the Select Balanced Fund of Fund, and then the 91 Global Franchise Fund within the Select Global Equity Fund of Fund. Those are the two 91 funds that the quality team where Dwayne Cable sits looks after.